Hi everybody, it's Phil Strong here with another video blog. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I'm a little bit excited about what we have to talk about because it's not something that's commonly discussed or explained at least. So let's talk about it. It's mortgage software. What is mortgage software and why would you use it? 5 points. Let's get started. Why would you use mortgage software? Well, let me just explain. Mortgage software should be a tool that you can use first and foremost to establish what your current situation is. Do a reality check. What is our mortgage? What is our income? What are our expenses? Can we balance this up so that we can survive? Second thing it should do is it should be able to project forward and show you what you can achieve in the future if you follow a path of what I call disciplined activity. And what I mean by that is having a real clear set of outcomes that you work towards achieving so that you can pay your mortgage off not just in 25 years but much faster. So are they a good idea? Absolutely. If you're the kind of person that likes to have a yardstick to work towards, if you're like the kind of person that likes to have a system to follow, then a piece of mortgage software can very much so be a good idea for you. Now if you're not the kind of person that likes to be stuck in a box or follow the rules, then what I'd encourage you to do is perhaps look at a piece of software that allows you to project forward and get excited about what you could achieve. And for you, that's enough. You're not going to go and check it every week, are you? If you're like me, you're not into the details, you're into the excitement, but you know what the end result is and you're absolutely determined to achieve it. So that's what a piece of mortgage software should do for you. And in my experience and looking around on the internet, there's quite a few out there, but be very careful about how much you pay and what you pay and what you do for it. The second point that I'd like to make is just around the whole thing of negative reinforcement, because unfortunately some people are a little bit what I call apathetic when it comes to their mortgage. I talk to people all the time because I'm known as an expert in this and famous for teaching people how to smash their debt. And people often sort of glaze over and they're kind of like, yeah, we're going to have our mortgage for 25 years. And, you know, I don't like necessarily having a negative outlook, but sometimes those kind of people, and you know if this is you, you need to look at the total cost of your mortgage over the 25 years or even 40 years that you're going to have it. And you need to use that as a motivator for you to do something about it. And again, the mortgage software should be able to use. Situation A, status quo, do what you're doing now, same old result, not that good. Second option is to do something different, be a lot more disciplined and look at what you can achieve. And use this one as a negative reinforcement. So that might be something that you think about. The third thing I wanted to share with you today is a little bit of a freebie, and I'm a little bit excited. This is my book that I teach people how to control their finances. It's called Becoming Money Wise. You should be able to get it at becomingmoneywise.com. But what I wanted to share with you today is there are 6 guidelines that I teach, fundamental principles that apply when you're creating a budget. Oh, there you go, I said it. You're going to need to create a budget to make this work because you've got to have something to stick to. And look, I just want to share what those guidelines are from Chapter 8, Discipline Requires Guidelines. The first principle is you must know what is coming in to the cent. You need to know what's coming in, you need to track it, your income. How do you do that? Well, that's what you've got to work out. Number 2, you've got to know what's going out to the cent, and this is where the software can be very powerful. Some credit card companies and banks will actually allow you to import your statements straight into the software so you can analyze what's going on. And while that sounds like pulling teeth, it is a really good idea, because if you don't analyze what's going on inside your bank account, you don't check the pulse every now and then, you don't know if you're dead, and that's not a good thing. Number 3, your budget must be written down. Absolutely. And this is where the software helps, because it's in a system, it's something that you can check often and you know what's going on. Number 4, you must regularly keep track of your budget. You must regularly keep track of it. That means you don't just do it once on your PC or your laptop, think you've done really well, and then not go back to it. Okay? You've got to regularly keep track of it. Number 5, you need a system. You need a system. Now that's what we're talking about, so we don't need to go over that. And number 6, you must review your budget regularly. You must review your budget regularly. Now what I mean by that is, of course, petrol goes up, milk goes up, kids leave home, kids come back again, all sorts of things happen. You need to keep track of it. The fifth point, we're up to number 5 already, the 5th point is, I'd just like to say, use goals to motivate yourself. Again, in that book, Becoming Money Wise, I teach people how to use goals to totally transform the way they look at their finances into a positive way so they can get some positive energy going. And I don't mean that in a touchy-feely way, I just mean it in a driven and excited and motivated way. So like, look, if I'm going out for dinner, perhaps I won't have a second bottle of wine. Instead, I'm gonna keep the bill at a certain amount so that the rest of my money goes towards my goals. That's what you need, and that's how you can pay your mortgage off much, much faster. I hope you've enjoyed today, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime soon. Thank you very much. My name is Phil Strong, and you can get hold of me at howtosmashyourmortgage.com.